So Serena Williams has joined the ownership group of the Toronto Tempo, the new WNBA team, of course, located in Toronto, Canada. So my initial reaction, I was like, congrats to Serena. I feel like, she's, building that business resume. She's got her hand in a couple of teams, right? She's a minority owner of the Miami Dolphins and of a soccer team, if I'm not mistaken, and a few other things. So I was like, Serena doing her thing. So I want to read this ESPN article that they wrote on Serena in terms of her joining the ownership group for the Tempo. Um, and I remember when the Tempo, when they were announced, people were like, "What is a Tempo? What is it? Anybody know what is a tempo? Let me know in the comments. What is a tempo? It sound cool. That's all I know. It sound cool. But here we go. Let's read more about it. ESPN article. Serena joins ownership group for the WNBA's new Toronto Tempo team. Um, let's see. Let's see. How can we watch the video? Let's watch the video. Let's watch the video. A cool promo video. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Shout out Serena. Um, It goes on to say the team is primarily owned by Kilmer Sports Ventures, chaired by Larry Tannenbaum, and is led by team president Teresa Reach. Hope I'm saying that correctly. The Tempo are the 15th team to join the WNBA and will tip off their first season in 2026. The expansion draft will be held after the 2025 season. There you see Serena at the Super Bowl, her performance. This kind of hints to what I'm going to be talking about next. If you catch my drift, let's see what's the good stuff that they said about Serena. Serena Williams is an icon, a role model, and a force for change in the world. Tannenbaum said she's earned every bit of her incredible success with hard work, tenacity, and determination in the face of countless challenges. She exemplifies the very best of what the Tempo stand for, and we couldn't be more honored to have Serena in our court. I mentioned this before. Serena owns stakes in the Miami Dolphins, Angel City FC, and the Los Angeles Golf Club. So quite a few things Serena has her hands in, and I think this is good for Serena. Um, of course, the WNBA right now is exciting. The game is growing. New TV deal, new CBA for 2026. And you got a bunch of stars coming in. You got Juju Watkins, you got Paige Beckers, Olivia Miles to say, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody else as well, a big name, but this is a good time to get in my opinion. If you're ever going to get in, this is the time, right? And then you also have Golden State, you have Portland coming soon. So, like I said, this is the time the WNBA is growing. This is the time to get in. Um, and I came like that. I only saw positive things about it, right? But then I came across this front office sports article. Serena Williams' WNBA stake is the latest cold shoulder to Drake in sports. I was like, man, what? Cold shoulder to Drake? I mean, I guess you could say, right? The NFL, they let Kendrick perform.
Arnhem
Yeah, I
in the
don't want to hear
Netherlands.
that. They let Kendrick perform. Of course, Serena being from, the same Compton, she was, she was dancing during the halftime performance. She made a cameo. And, the NFL is basically them saying this article, I'm assuming, saying that's a shot at Drake. You let, his foe perform while taking shots at him. And I never made the connection, right? But I don't think, Serena had she was thinking, oh, I want to get my team. I'm gonna buy a WNBA team, but it's gotta be in Toronto despite Drake. I don't think she was doing that. I think she was just, the opportunity came about, and you know, it just panned out that way. I know in another article that I read, she mentioned that she won one of her first matches or tournaments. I'm not too familiar with tennis, the terminology, that she one of her first tournament that she won was in Toronto or Canada. So Toronto, the it held a special place in her heart. So that was a reason why. And then also her husband talked about how a certain conference or something that was held there that was a big impact on him as well. So it's ties that doesn't connect with Drake. I don't think this is out of spite. But I would say this: don't expect Drake to be at any Toronto Tempo game. Unless Serena. I don't like get into this like you know gossipy type stuff. Unless her and Drake come to a you know agreement, or they settle their differences. I don't expect Drake to be at any Toronto Tempo games. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But I want to hear from y'all. What are your thoughts on Serena, being a part of the ownership group for the Toronto Tempo? How do you think the team will, pan out? Maybe they'll land a big star. We could see them possibly Juju. What if they get Juju? What if they Tempo, Serena, Juju? That sounds good to me. In the comments, let me know your thoughts.